Hi everybody, welcome back to everything-t.com. I'm Josh, your okay looking host, and welcome back once again. Like I've been tweeting all week, I've been waiting for a package from China. It was Wudong Tea that reached out to me on Instagram, and they offered to send me some of their free samples. So they sent me a bunch of Oolong tea. Now I haven't opened it yet, so you and I were all in for a nice surprise. Let's take a look, shall we? And then afterwards, we'll make some and try some. All right. So, take my box cutter and just cut and take very gently here. Don't want to cut into the package too much, just in case I get something I don't want to cut through. It is a very sharp knife. So let me lock that up. Safety first, right? All right. So, have that all cut open. Oh, good thing I didn't decide to go crazy with my box knife, eh? So, looks like they included 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Oh my goodness, look at all that. So the first one, let's see. They labeled it Chun Huang Xiang. I hope I'm pronouncing that okay. So I'll put these all in the comments below. But that's tea number 1. Let's open. Let's move on to the next one here. This one they labeled as Duo Zai. And I'm not actually Chinese, so reading this is kind of difficult for me too. This one says Xue Gong Xiang. Alright. And we'll open them one by one and take a look at how they look up close as well. And then we have Hong Cha. That one was pretty easy, yeah? And last but not least, we have, looks like that's Wudong Mi Lan Xiang. What I have is my clear little dishes so that we can get a little bit more of a closer look at the tea leaves themselves. And I will carefully open this up. And of course, we always want to smell what this tea is like, first and foremost. Oh, that's lovely. Has a little bit of a hint of jasmine scent to it. Okay. All right. So if you take a look at that tea here, these lovely little tea leaves, let's put some out on the paper to take a look. You can see how long they are. So they did include some of the stems. You can tell how much they've been hand rolled just by the tips here. Okay. But if you can't tell, there's a little bit of a luster here as well. Fairly high quality tea overall. And can't wait to try some of this, hey? Alright. So that one was the Chun Huang Xiang. Next one we have here was the Xue Gong Xiang. Okay, so I'm going to open that one up. Has a very fruity smell. It has a very sweet smell to it. Reminds me almost of peaches and apples, actually. Like it grew in an orchard. It's lovely. Alright, so let's take a look at the tea leaves again here. So, as you guys can kind of see, there's a lot less stems in this particular batch, more leaves. The leaves themselves are a bit darker. Like I said, in terms of the scent wise, it's a very different scent. Tea leaves themselves look a bit longer than the last batch, where the last batch the tea leaves were shorter, but the stems were a bit longer. And yes, this one is another one that we would love to try, and can't wait for it. Yes, that is lovely. Alright, so that was the Xue Gong Xiang. So next one we'll be looking at is the Hong Cha. Alright. Oh, this one has a little bit of a fruity smell to it as well. Wow, that smells like could be a very sweet smell, a sweet tea. And wow, just look at these particular tea leaves. They're a lot finer and they're twisted tighter. If you can tell the difference between the last batches. I mean, these are definitely all just the leaves, no stems in it whatsoever. Looks like they're darker as well, so they've been fermented a bit longer. Be closer to, when the tea's made, maybe closer to a black tea than a green or yellowish type color, so you may see it a bit of a darker color than the others so far, but tell that these are probably younger tea leaves, judging by the size of them. They're not as large or broad, they are finer. Alright, so that was Hong Cha. Okay, next one we have the Wudong Mi Lan Xiang. Okay, so, forgot the smell. Smells more grassy, you know, like very fresh. So this particular tea, once again, is the Wudong Mi Lan Xiang. My apologies once again if I'm butchering the pronunciation, but I do what I can, right, in terms of trying to pronounce it right. And let's take a look at these tea leaves again here. So what have we got? It looks like a similar coloration, oxidization with last tea, the Hong Cha itself. So it's a little bit darker. The leaves themselves are a bit bigger, so I would say it's might be mid to late harvest in regards to when they were picked in comparison to the Hong Cha. The oxidization, it is a bit of a darker color like we said, so it might come out as a darker tea, closer to a black tea. The aroma itself is more grassy, it's more fresh and natural. Alright, last but not least, we have Duo Zai. Duo Zai. This one was more similar to the first batch in regards to the aroma as well. Not, it was missing the hint of jasmine that I was kind of smelling earlier, but it also looks like it has a bit more stems with the leaves themselves. They are longer but finer. Bit of a in-between shade, so not quite as light as the first two, but not quite as dark as the last two that we're looking at here. Something a little bit in between. It is actually a little bit of a lighter shade, and we'll see that when we brew the tea. The leaves themselves kind of look in between the first and the from early to mid in regards to the tea leaf picking itself, judging by the size of them, as some of them are a little bit longer and others are quite a bit smaller as well. So that's the Duo Zai. So give me a few minutes and to brew a few cups of tea, 5 cups to be exact, and we'll have a little bit of a chat there as well. Okay, and be sure to remember to check out the full review of all 5 of these teas on my site at everything-tea.com to get a full review and rating of all 5 of these teas. But hold on to your hats, I'll be back.